Hello guys and welcome to another tutorial. Today we are going to explore Tempo Labs, which is an AI-powered visual ID for building React apps up to 10 times faster. We will walk through setup, a real use case example, and we will end up on the clear pros and cons of this software here. Okay, so just go to Tempo, which is this page in here. And then I just going to click to login and then sign up, okay, which is going to be in this area, and just sign up with your Google account or with your email, all right? Now, after that, you're going to be shown this option, which is what would you like to do? You have different options, but the last two options are only for the premium plans, okay? The Connect GitHub repository and the Connect the GitLab repository, okay? So just select the one that says generate the app, describe your idea, and choose your tech stack. Tempo will bring it to life, okay? Just select this option here. It is important to notice that Tempo offers you a free plan, which is the one that I'm currently on right now. And on this free plan, you basically have access to 5 daily prompts, per day. And you also have 30 monthly prompts per month, okay? So as many as 30 monthly prompts, all right? If you ever want to if you ever want to access more prompts, you can just click on upgrade plan here, and you can see basically the different plans that you have. All right. Not only the number of prompts is going to be different for the paid plans and for the free plan, but also you're going to have access to different tools like coding and reasoning agents. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. Now, Tempo works very similarly to ChatGPT in the sense that you can prompt what you want to code here in this chatbot, and it's going to try to build it for you. Okay, so that's what you can type in here. All right, you have different suggestions here, all right, as well, and you can refresh for more, okay, for more random suggestions. Now you can use different frameworks such as Byte, Next.js, and Expo. Okay, you can also choose different authentication process such as Supabase and Clear and Convex. Okay, and you even can access different payments platforms such as Stripe, okay, and Polar. Okay, but this is only going to be for certain apps that you want to code, all right? As a simple example, let's try to build a to-do list with add, edit, delete style in Byte, okay? So yeah, let's just do this here. You can also upload things like files, images, and so on. And it's actually going to take, some time to kind of generate this to-do list, and you can see the whole process in the left, okay? It says that it's creating the wireframes based on PRD and certain diagrams, okay, which is like a flow diagram that you can see. Now, after a couple of minutes, you can see what we have here. We have our to-do list, okay, which is pretty much ready. We can scroll down here to see basically different aspects, the different items of the page. And you can basically zoom in or zoom out using these buttons here. And you can also adjust to the page size, okay, as you can see here, okay? Let's say that you want to interact with this page and you want to do like a preview of it, but like better, so you can, interact with it, okay? You can just click in here on this play button, okay? And you're going to be redirected to this preview here, right? As you can see here, we have our to-do list. Now, to be honest with you, this is not fully working. For example, you can see here we have a sample task, but we cannot actually click on it. I mean, we can click on it, and this gets updated, but it doesn't show like any icon or anything like that. Okay, which is kind of cheap and very annoying. Okay, we can delete them, for example. That's cool. We can add a new task. For example, let's say cook. And as you can see, we have also like another mistake, which is that it doesn't show the actual name of the task that we added, okay? So this is very simple, and it kind of failed to do what we ask, okay? Now, of course, we're gonna be able to modify this by going to the chatbot again, which is this one here, okay? And you can just ask anything, meaning you can ask the ChatGPT to refine your website, okay? You can also choose another model if this one is not giving you the best results. You can just go to this version here and select, for example, Gemini plus Claude or Claude 4.0, any model that you want to use, okay, that is going to work the best. Now here we have the different elements, as you can see here, and we can modify using these settings. We can modify a bunch of things without coding necessarily, okay? If we go, for example, to this to-do list, we can modify basically like, the font here and things like that, okay? Which is very useful without going into coding, okay? Of course, you can also modify like the size and all of that, okay? Pretty cool. I mean, in general, you have a bunch of options, like the background, for example, you can modify, a bunch of different things that you can do here, like the text in general, and so on, okay? Let's say that you want to add like new element, you can just go to this button in here and you can drag different elements, okay, such as popovers, dialogue, commands, and so on, so on. You also have this button, which is the file selector, which is going to give you both the files and the code that it has been used to, create this page in here, okay? Of course, you can modify this code directly by just writing in here, but I don't recommend doing this unless you have extensive knowledge of coding, okay? Because it's a very complex code in general. It's very long, and maybe you're gonna break something if you do this. Now, these three buttons here are gonna allow you to connect to Supabase, to Figma, in order to get your designs into these pages here, and to Visual Studio Code, okay, to do local editing. To summarize, the pros, in my opinions, of Tempo is that you have a very fast coding tool, okay, and a very fast website and app creation tool. You also have your visual drag and drop elements, which is nice. You have your AI chat for feature creation and bug fixes, and you can deploy to GitHub and to Visual Studio Code, okay, if that's what you want to do. The cons, in my opinion, is that it's only focused on basically React and very limited frameworks in general. And in my opinion, the job or the code creation by the AI chat is not very good. It's very often you're gonna have to redo it, and you're gonna ask the AI to do a lot of stuff, okay, that's not present. In general, the AI, I don't think is very smart and know how to code these to-do lists very well, okay? So yes, also the pricing is very high if you want to use this more professionally. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, guys.